Masita Crow Cup quarter final between St Flannan's College of Ennis, County Clare and Kilkenny CBC of Kilkenny. The Leinster finalists in losing to St Kieran's College. John Keogh here in commentary. Delighted to be joined by Offaly under 20 manager Leo O'Connor for this afternoon's game. Leo, huge occasion. You've played in these yourself. You know what it's like. Big game for both colleges.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I played in the Hurling Cup final in '84, we didn't qualify as losing team after a replay with St Finbarr's beat us in '84. But no, look, this is intriguing. Both teams have been beaten in their respective finals, the Hurling Cup final and the Leinster Senior Hurling Colleges final. Over the last number of years, I've got to know a lot about Leinster Colleges hurling with Offaly schools, so from that point of view it has served Offaly really well. But certainly this year I think the two probably outstanding teams in Leinster were in the final. It'll be albeit Kilkenny CBC and St Kieran's College, who are, as we all know, renowned, and after getting over the line I suppose in the other quarter final today, and certainly this is set up for a good game. I just think that that Flannans team that we look at, and we just see them on paper there, a lot of them have played over the last number of years with Clare minor. I still think there's one of them out there with an All-Ireland minor medal since 2023, so from that point of view, you know, plenty of experience on the Flannans team, and they'll be well used to playing these big occasions.
If you look at the respective provincial finals, Leo, Flannans, as we mentioned, very unlucky in losing out to Nina CBS in that game. A tight game throughout, Nina just edging at the end, while on the other side of it, Kilkenny CBC well beaten by St Kilkenny. Loftus comes in for Conor Hill in the full back line. Don't expect David Loftus to play there, but that is who he's in for. Sean McNamara and Darren Murray come into the full back line, starting that full back line for St Flannans. Half back line, Darragh Ball, James Cullinan at centre back as the joint captain. That line is completed by Cullum Daly. Midfield is Graham Ball and Isaac Hassett. Harry Doherty, the other joint captain on this Flannans side, is wearing number 10 at right half forward. Number 17, John Barry, is in for Patrick Finneran, and Rory Ralph completes the half forward line. Full forward line, Owen O'Connor, Thomas O'Connor and Dara McNamara. Banashtiacht on the Flannans College side. Brendan Bugler, Mike Kelly, Shane McCarthy, Sean Minogue and Peter Casey. Over to the Kilkenny CBC side now. Rian Dowlings in goals, full back line. Number 23, James Bergen, comes in for Ben Henderson. Number 20, Noah Gibbons comes in for Oisin Henderson, and Conor Barco completes the full back line. Half back line, Keelan Barco, Josh Dowling, Zach O'Halloran. Midfield, Paddy O'Brien, Luke
Sean McNamara at full back for Flannans. He's played in the Clare Senior Hurling final this year with Clooney Quinn, as did his brother. Experience. So, ironically, I saw him
O'Donovan battling with Murray. In fact, it's Sean McNamara there with him. That's a foul by Ollie O'Donovan on Sean McNamara. And that's exactly what you want to see from your full back, Leo. Both players battling for possession, with the stronger man initially coming away with that free.
Ollie O'Donovan and Zach Scanlon seem to be the Kilkenny CBS two go-to boys inside in the full forward line. Two very, very nippy hurlers. They're out in front of their man the whole time, and they're picking up, trying to get on as much possession as they can. But unfortunately, they just came through the back of the Flannans full back. Yeah,
and Tosley taking this free with his right hand side, his puck outs with his left. Ball now with Joe Dowling in midfield for Kilkenny CBC. Dangerous ball up there, and it's well intercepted there by Graham Ball. Illegally though, says referee Eamon Stapleton. And it was Anthony Clifford winning the free for Kilkenny CBC, and a chance now for them to open the scoring once more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to take it will be Patrick Lacey.
Just coming out there, a guy coming into this game with a huge reputation, has a lot of experience at colleges hurling level below in Kilkenny, and certainly I think a lot of people below in Kilkenny talk about him on a regular basis, that he's stepping up to under 20 level maybe with Kilkenny this year.
So it's Lacey with this free, the first of the afternoon for Kilkenny CBC, and he struck it well, has Patrick Lacey. That's the opening score of the game. It's taken 6.5 minutes, and it's Kilkenny CBC in front.
Yeah, in fairness to Kilkenny CBC, they started the game really, really well, but Flannans getting numbers behind the ball on puck outs, and they worked their way into the game. But certainly both teams are trying to lay their foundations, trying to create opening chances.
Kilkenny CBC now, but it's Graham Ball winning that brilliantly in midfield. He's been fouled as Graham Ball. Worked very hard to win that free low, won the ball on the ground, having initially lost it. Got the ball at the second attempt, took on a few players and was dragged to the ground. Yeah,
Kilkenny CBC getting the numbers in around it again, and getting off to a great start, to be quite honest, when they're contesting every breaking ball that comes down, that breaks off it. So they're getting the numbers around it and trying to get possession. Another difficult free now to strike against the breeze here.
It is Harry Doherty from a similar distance from the one he struck to the left and wide. Hits this one, does Harry Doherty.
Got this one.
Radar on this occasion is better, and that is an opening score for St. Flannan's level, Leo. And on the basis of it, Kilkenny CBC may be a little bit disappointed not to be ahead.
Yeah, as I said, they've created that goal chance, that half goal chance to come down off the post, and certainly was there to be converted. Luckily for Flannans, it wasn't. But certainly no Flannans. You can see Flannans getting the numbers on their half back line and swarming around the puck out, so puck out when it comes long, and they're getting ball up into their forwards, winning the free on that occasion.
Ball in towards the middle there, it's broken again. Kilkenny CBC coming away with possession. Chance now to clear for Conor Barco. Keelan Barco, I should say, again into the full forward line towards O'Donovan. Gets to this one ahead of McNamara on this occasion. That's going to be a great battle throughout this contest by the looks of it. O'Donovan has ball in hand now. He's not to look back outside. That's a great ball indeed now. Chance now for Cian Byrne to run on goals. Byrne flicks it towards his captain Zach Scanlon, and just overcooked it slightly. Goal chance, maybe better off just popping it over.
Yeah, maybe better off popping it over the bar, but certainly once he saw the one-on-one situation, he turned and broke inside, and unfortunately the ball not going to hand from the flick out.
Isaac Hassett now taking that pass from Colm Daly for St. Flannans, again delivering inside towards Thomas O'Connor. Touch is good from O'Connor, still battling for it, but there's three Kilkenny CBC defenders with him. It's Josh Dowling that wins it on the ground, and it's Keelan Barco. Barco tries to switch it for the run of Zach Scanlon. Two Flannans defenders converge on him. Scanlon is to the ball first though, still working to win it there ahead of Darren Murray and Graham Ball, and it is Kilkenny CBC that have somehow won. The shot coming in from Cian Byrne, and that one is well to the left and wide again, Leo. But again, Kilkenny CBC, even when they're outnumbered, have that appetite. You said it about their warm-up, that's what they were working on. Winning that dirty ball on the ground seems to be paying off for them.
Absolutely, and the quick puck out, and this one it's gone wide. But one of the most intriguing things for me is they've had two or three chances now, Kilkenny CBC, and they've not looked, and they just lifted their head and shot straight away instead of having they had to get their composure and have a look and see where the posts are.
Huge puck out from the Kilkenny CBC keeper there, Rian Dowling, but again three St. Flannan's defenders there. Sean McNamara helped out by Colm Daly. Daly strikes it down the line, looking for the run there from Loftus. That's Dara Loftus wearing number 22, but started. That's a sensational effort from the right wing. That's an excellent score. I think it was Paddy O'Brien that got it, and O'Brien has slotted that one over the bar, Leo. It's the third score of the game, but you're going to do well to see a better one than that.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the way referees having the chat at both both mentors at the far side of the field here. No need to be getting involved. The yellow card for both mentors at the far side of the field.
Yeah, Brendan Bugler, one of the players there on the Flannans, one of the sideline mentors, receiving a yellow on that occasion. And that it gets hot and heavy on the field, Leo. It gets hot and heavy off the field as well.
It's just tension, to be quite honest.
So much to both schools.
Exactly. Both of them trying to establish their authority.
So again, it's Leon Talty. And there is Loftus trying to win it again for Flannans, unable to do so as David Loftus, and it is Kilkenny CBC with their midfielder Anthony Clifford. But again, it's over the head. Sean McNamara is there, quickly met by Scanlon, switches it to his keeper. Leon Talty was off his line very, very quickly here, and he has some strike of a ball. That's Talty. He's going to launch this one in for the run of Thomas O'Connor. O'Connor is there in front, puts the hand up, doesn't go his way. On this occasion it was Darren McNamara indeed, not O'Connor up, but again it's Kilkenny CBC, and it's James Bergen goes short with it too. Keelan Barco. Keelan, again, long delivery inside. It's very deliberate, it's very accurate, and Murray there with Zach Scanlon. It's kicked out over the sideline, and it is going to be a sideline ball for Kilkenny CBC.
You can see though the conditions, the field there, just unluckily for young Thomas O'Connor. He was watching the flight of the ball bounced before it got him and changed direction and bounced back inside him. Unfortunately, that's the conditions that are there today.
There's going to be a sideline cut now for Kilkenny CBC. It's Paddy O'Brien that's going to take it. Already just got that sensational score moments ago. The Kilkenny CBC midfielder. Difficult angle, cuts across this one. Dangerous ball inside, touched there by James Cullinan. Big challenge by Alla O'Donovan. Cullinan gets back onto his feet and races it. The ball out of danger. It's been hooked by Alla O'Donovan there, and he slipped, and it is Zach Scanlon now for Kilkenny CBC with the shots. An excellent effort from Scanlon. That's a wonderful score and puts Kilkenny CBC 3 points to 1 up.
It's amazing, when you get it. I suppose that's why they're forwards, when you see him there coming back around, creating the space for himself, getting his composure and popping that one over the bar. Great score from a very difficult angle.
2 point advantage now for Kilkenny CBS as Talty goes this near side with the puck out again. Up his own, O'Connor breaks the ball down, but again it's Kilkenny CBC, which has been so often the case, winning that ball. Joe Dowling delivering it. Two Flannans defenders converge against Zach Scanlon, and St. Flannan's trying to win it on the ground. Ball breaks once more. Was James Cullinan, and it is one there now. It's John Barry on the run. Good flick from his half-back partner there, and it is St. Flannans have the free here, and it is going to be advantage accrued after all. It was Dara Ball winning the ball back into defence. A chance for Harry Doherty to get a 2nd point for Flannans.
Yeah, you can see Darren McNamara there coming out, getting the ball and just swinging over his right shoulder, trying to go by the Kilkenny CBC defender, but certainly the tackle was a little bit high, just up around the shoulder, and wins the free. I feel sorry for Harry Doherty. He's getting no easy free. They're all difficult frees. This one's at the far side of the field, about 5 metres from the sideline. Very difficult free, shooting into the breeze again.
No such thing as an easy free anyway, Leo, is there?
It's good to get a nice handy one to settle you, but certainly this guy today has been unlucky so far. He's not getting anything easy, and that one is
it's over the bar. 2 from 3 from Harry Doherty. Missed his first one. Looks to have been a sighter for him. He slots that one over to make it a 1 point game again here in Bancha.
Yeah, for all the hurling that Kilkenny CBC are doing, to be quite honest, you'd expect them giving the free for the tap and the hurley. Yeah. But certainly, as I was saying, for all the hurling that Kilkenny CBS and for their dominance, a 1 point game really doesn't represent the amount of hurling that they've done in the first 16, 17 minutes of the game.
Free coming now from James Cullinan, delivers it long and straight down towards the 30-metre line. Ball breaks now, and it breaks to McNamara. McNamara taking that shot on off his left. Level game here in Bancha in the Masita Crow Cup quarter-final. 3 points apiece.
3 points apiece. That's Flannan's first score from play, and that's something that they would have been conscious of on the sideline as well anyway.
Long puck out again from Rian Dowling. James Cullinan is there once more for St. Flannan's, and it's a delivery in from the centre back now, looking for the run of Thomas O'Connor. O'Connor met by Keelan Barco, and as Barco has hit that one, it's gone out over the sideline. Sideline ball to St. Flannans, and they'll certainly try and fancy this one. They'll have a go at it. The angle is good.
Yeah, the only thing is though, striking off his left, if he is, I think he is Thomas O'Connor is taking it. Is he going off his right or his left? He went off his right.
Go short and back there to Loftus. Now it comes to Graham Ball with that strike. That's going to tail to the left and wide for St. Flannans. A wide ball. It was a well-worked sideline ball there. They worked it back to David Loftus and then back to Ball, but the challenge from Cian Byrne was enough to put Ball off, as this puck out again is aimed out in this near wing. St. Flannans are to it first on this occasion, but a turnover possibility now for Kilkenny CBC, but they haven't done so, and it's Ball. Graham Ball delivers this one in once more for the run of Darren McNamara. He's shown already what he can do from distance. Darren McNamara, but he turned this one, Leon. Coming back too far, coming back across himself off his left and to the right and wide.
Yeah, Owen O'Connor was coming through the middle there, coming off his shoulder, making a run off his shoulder. Maybe the ball was better off if he just popped it to Owen O'Connor and maybe created that half-goal chance, but certainly good possession, but unfortunately the finish didn't match the possession.
Rian Dowling now with a launched one once more, breaks into the half-forward line. Zach Scanlon on the ground for Kilkenny CBC again, as you'd expect in these conditions. Ball on the ground an awful lot, and both sides foraging to win it back. It has been John Barry that has won this one for Flannans. They'll switch a play from him now out to that side. Ball not won cleanly on this occasion. And it's Rory Ralph, and Rory Ralph under pressure. He's done well. Gets it to Isaac Hassett. Hassett now under pressure. Has Rory Ralph with him once more. Good run from Ralph into the middle now. Across to James Cullen. Just that little bit far for him, but Cullen has won it back now and needs a bit of support. Finds it from Graham Ball. Graham Ball from distance. Missed one moments ago. This one's going to drop. Keeper's done very well off his line there, Rian Dowling. And gets that pass away to John Dowling, and away come Kilkenny CBC. 3 points apiece it remains. Ball delivered once more in towards Ollie O'Donovan. O'Donovan's there to it first, ahead of Sean McNamara on this occasion. It's Ollie O'Donovan with the strike. The angle was way too acute for him to be taking that shot on there. A pot shot at goal, another wide for Kilkenny CBC.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that. It's just the contrast in styles. Flannans are swarming in around the half-back line and trying to play the ball short across the middle, and then Kilkenny CBC tend to be going long. And it seems at the moment that it's just suiting Flannans at the moment. They're slowing up the game, and they're not getting Kilkenny CBC are not getting the direct hurling that they're playing.
Run now for Paddy O'Brien. He's blocked. It's Paddy Lucy in that straight, or Lacey, I should say, Patrick Lacey. He's blocked down. Hasn't been able to get into this game as yet. Has the Kilkenny CBC number 14. And now this ball on that far side with St. Flannans. Good run by Rory Ralph. Gets the pass away to Owen O'Connor. Chance for St. Flannans to go in front. It's an excellent score. That's the first time Flannans have led in this game, and it's Owen O'Connor that has put him in front.
Yeah, I know I'm repeating myself here, but the swarm tactics of Flannans, I just counted the numbers of players. There was 10 players out around that middle third, all within 30-40 yards of each other there for that possession. And you can see when they break, they're breaking the numbers, and Owen O'Connor putting that one over the bar.
3 in a row for St. Flannans. This one goes long once more, and it is St. Flannans that are to it first. Pass comes now to Graham Ball. Needs a bit of support, finds it, and it's Darren Murray again outside to Graham Ball, and Ball takes it on once more. Lovely movement of the ball here from St. Flannans. Chance for John Barry to strike an effort at goal. The strike is good from John Barry, but again the wind is taking that one to the left, and the ever-growing wind as well. It is here in Bansha. It remains a 1-point advantage for Flannans.
Yeah, that's Flannans 4 wide of the first half. But certainly the wind seems to be picking up. You can see the distance in the Kilkenny CBC goalkeeper in his puck outs. It's absolutely huge. Interesting to see will he go short there, because if he has the man available to know to go long.
Yeah, Rian Dowling goes long again, and St. Flannans have been to these too often from Kilkenny CBC's side first, and again it's the Flannans man that's come away with it once more, and it was Dara Ball on this occasion, helped out by John Barry. Lovely ball from Ball into the middle towards Isaac Hassett. Couldn't catch it though, and he's been dispossessed. Hand pass comes back now to James Bergen. Switch from Bergen into Patrick Lacey. Lacey trying to make a bit of advantage here. He gets the strike away. He has the advantage. Doesn't need it as Patrick Lacey. Wonderful score from the Kilkenny CBC number 14. And that is what he's capable of, Leo.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they're playing so far out. Kilkenny CBC are playing so far out. Dowling, Zach Collern and Patrick Lacey, they're getting caught with Flannans trying to swarm underneath the puckouts. Like when you're getting ball like that, the possibility of to turn and go at them, and they have the pace inside in that Kilkenny CBC full forward line to turn and go at the Flannans defence. And the goal opportunity could come further if they were 25-30 yards from goals, but they're hurling so far out from goals. Like, it was a great score, but to their detriment, they're that little bit too far out playing with the wind.
That's the case at the moment. 4 points apiece here. It's Harry Doherty with this free for St. Flannans after Isaac Hassett was fouled just around the midfield line. That's Doherty. As you said, Leo, there's been no easy free for Harry. This one from distance into an ever-freshening breeze. He has the strike, does Doherty. And does it have the accuracy as well? No, says the umpire, to the right hand wide, 5th wide for St. Flannans. Tricky one into the breeze, and Kilkenny CBC have used this quickly. It's Paddy O'Brien. Launches it in again towards Zach Scanlon. Scanlon trying to break it, but Flannan seem to have cottoned on to Kilkenny CBC's tactics and delivery inside, and Sean McNamara fouled by Patrick Lacey. And a chance for James Cullinan on the 14-metre line, says referee Eamon Stapleton. Liam Talty, the Flannans keeper, had made a run over to the far sideline, towards the far sideline, to create an angle for a pass, but Cullinan keeping it safe and going along this line up towards Owen O'Connor. Broken away from him. He's going to break for Josh Dowling back there for Kilkenny CBC. John Barry unable to dispossess, and it's a short ball now off to Cian Byrne. Byrne tugged by Graham Ball, got away with the ball. Cian Burns needs a bit of help. There's 4 Flannans players around him, and St. Flannans have got that ball to ground and are going to win it back, or should win it back here. Unable though to win a clean ball. Little swing around the shoulder, and it's Owen O'Connor that's won a free there, and James Cullinan.
Great work by Owen O'Connor, to be quite honest. He's working really, really hard. You see him trying to get onto every breaking ball. He's putting in tackles, he's hooking, he's blocking, and he's really working hard for his team, for Flannans. Like, it's just, he's creating his own environment out there with hard work.
Liam Talty has come a long way to take this one. Midway between the 45 and 65 metre lines. And it's off his right hand side, takes his frees off his right, and his puck out's off his left, and that one harmlessly to the right and wide, Leo. And that's another wide for St. Flannans into this breeze. They're getting plenty of shots away as this one, Rian Dowling for the first time. Second time this game goes short on that far side now. Zach O'Halloran, ball's played into midfield to Paddy O'Brien again. O'Brien switches out towards Scanlon. Scanlon, touch wasn't there but from Scanlon, but play comes back for a free. Zach O'Halloran, that was fouled. Eamon Stapleton, the referee from Doon in County Limerick.
Good refereeing by Eamon, in fairness. He had his hand up for the free, which was 60-70 yards back the field, and he waited for the play to develop to see what would happen from a Kilkenny CBC point of view, and blew it back for the free.
It's Patrick Lacey to try and put CBC from Kilkenny back in front. It's a long range one, as Leo O'Connor said, well inside his own 65 metre line in this Masita Croke Cup quarter final. We've already seen St. Kieran's from Kilkenny beat St. Raphael's from Galway in the other quarter final that's been played today here in Tipperary. Tumivara was the venue for that game, as Lacey lines this one up, 4 points apiece. We have played nearly 23 and a half minutes as Lacey hits this one. It's a flat strike from Patrick Lacey. You won't see too many better strikes than that today.
As I said, he came into the game with a big reputation. You can see why. Striking ability, such a natural hurler. His movement, everything about the guy, in fairness to him, looks to be a top class hurler.
And St. Flannans this time going short then to go along with Darren Murray, delivering over towards David Loftus. Loftus breaks it down, pulled by Josh Dowling. Loftus either can't get the ball, and it's Zach O'Halloran doing well now. It's Anthony Clifford for Kilkenny CBC. Great run off his shoulder by Josh Dowling. Dowling on the 45 metre line, getting the strike. Pressure is very good from St. Flannans. Lovely touch from Talty to make sure that doesn't go over the bar, and gets it into his hand and launches another one straight down the middle towards Darren McNamara and Loftus. McNamara McNamara breaks it down, but again Kilkenny CBC are there to it first, and there's going to be a foul there. John Barry with the tackle on the Kilkenny CBC man, and I'd imagine Patrick Lacey will make his way back for this one as well, Leo.
What Kilkenny hurling is always known to be good at is the aerial battle. You can see them there, no matter how big or how small they are. They're contesting everything in the air. Their hand has gone up, and if they can't get position, they're breaking the ball. Lacey comes back to hits this one. This will be some score if it goes over the bar. He's the best part of 100 yards back.
It's further back than the one he just nailed.
Yeah.
And judging by that strike, Leo, he's every chance of putting this one on target.
He had the distance the last time, so every opportunity.
He was certainly quick to move to it as well, so confidence is high for Patrick Lacey.
The most important thing, though, John, he did the last time was he knew he had the distance, he had comfort in the distance, and he stroked through the thing, and he made sure that he had the accuracy. Let's see how this one goes.
Strike is very good from Lacey. Once more is the accuracy there. This thing just that bit far maybe for him. Beautiful strike again, Leo. Accuracy just missing on that occasion.
Yeah, just unfortunately for him, but a fabulous strike of Slither.
Again, switched over to that far side from Talty to Colm Daly. Daly now sprinting down the line, needs a bit of help. Lovely hand pass off to Isaac Hassett on that far side. Hassett twisting and turning under pressure, forced out over the line. And it's going to be a sideline ball to Kilkenny CBC, and that ferocious work rate has been a tonic for Kilkenny in this opening half.
You can see the Kilkenny mentors at the far side getting pumped up. They're trying to drive him on. A couple of minutes before half time, they know the importance of another score on the board before half time will be really important. Turn around playing into the breeze.
So it's Kilkenny CBC and Zach O'Halloran to take this side. It's Anthony Clifford, in fact, and it's Clifford, a beautiful sideline ball across the field towards Zach Scanlon. Darren Murray all over him, legally so, says referee Eamon Stapleton, and his Graham ball now gets a pass away to Rory Ralph. Ralph ships a heavy challenge, has advantage, and it's going to be a free to St. Flannans, and there's something said to the referee as well, so it's going to be a very difficult free either way for Harry Doherty, but it's 20 yards closer.
20 yards closer to, it's closer to goal. One of the Kilkenny CBC players must have said something to the referee. A little bit of frustration. I think Zach Holland might have been looking for a free, or Zach Scanlon, might have been looking for a free from the possession from the line ball. Unfortunately, didn't get it though.
So that's Harry Doherty just inside his own half. Gets this strike away again. It looks to be tailing to the right and wide. No, it is indeed to the right and wide. It's one Harry probably be disappointed with, Leo.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with it, but in fairness, striking into that breeze is tough enough.
Battle on for the ball now again here. And two St. Flannan's men converge on the ball as Kilkenny CBC with James Bergin kicks it ahead. Ball again breaks for Owen O'Connor. Owen O'Connor ships a heavy challenge, but it's broken for John Barry. Barry, short pass now to Darragh Ball. Doesn't immediately come up well for Darragh Ball. He's got it in his hand somehow, and away he comes with it. Still going, Darragh Ball over carries, free in to Kilkenny CBC. And he's unlucky there, Darragh Ball. Fell when he won possession, Leo. Kind of cut out his options after that when he ran too far with it in his hand.
No doubt about it, though. He did overcarry it coming out. He put down his head and he was trying to break the tackle, and unfortunately for him, he took a step too many, and rightfully so, caught for overcarrying.
So it's Patrick Lacey with a chance now.
I'm just thinking here with the Kilkenny CBC full forward line, they're low in stature and small. It might be that little bit easier in the second half to play against the breeze, because the ball will be dropping that little bit shorter. It's running through as it is with the strength of the breeze behind them, and it's hard to come out control the ball in a day like today. So from that point of view, it might be that little bit easier in the second half.
No mistake from Patrick Lacey with that one. 2 points to the good now. Kilkenny CBC as we come to the latter stages of this first half of the Crow Cup, or Masita Crow Cup quarter final, as Liam Talty takes that one again over that far side. Ball breaks again for Kilkenny CBC. No easy clean possession being won here, but Owen O'Connor has somehow won that back for St. Flannans. Delivers inside towards Darragh McNamara. Breaks, and it's good defending again back there, and it was on corner back on that occasion wearing number 20. That's Noah Gibbons. Started the game to Gibbons. Flannans have won it back. It's going to be a shot from distance here, is it? No touch there. Eventually comes back now to Cullinan. St. Flannan centre back steps past a couple of challenges off to Isaac Hassett. Hassett now with a ball into Graham Ball, dangerous one. Ball just had to flick it away towards John Barry, but Kilkenny CBC have won it back with Anthony Clifford, and again it's turnover ball for Kilkenny CBC, and it's excellent work from their number 11.
Yeah, you can see like swarm tactics around the ball, overturned. Flannans playing it short. Maybe might be better off striking it into the breeze and getting the ball in and play the ball in around the full forward line and play the game inside there instead of being turned over, giving a silly free away, and another opportunity for Mr. Lacey to drive this one over the bar.
And it's Patrick Lacey again, well inside his own half as he's going to strike this one. Fairly accurate thus far in this game. Just that last one from distance, evading the target from Patrick Lacey. Strike is very good once more from Lacey. The accuracy is 100% there. It's another one for Lacey, and he's shown once more, Leo, no matter where it is on the field, he's capable of scoring it.
From a hurling point of view, that man has what you can't buy, and that's hurling confidence. You see the way he struck through the ball there.
So man on the ball now once more is Patrick Lacey. Takes off beating Ball and John Barry. Lacey heading away towards goal. Can catch it once more. Gets the strike away. He's half out. Is Lacey. That's a sensational score from the Kilkenny CBC, number 14. That's 4 in a row for him. And it's 4 in a row for Kilkenny CBC.
As I said, John, you can't buy that. You know, Turn got on ball, carried it 30 yards up the field and struck it over the bar. Great score.
Again, Kilkenny CBC with their dander up now, plays it into the middle towards Clifford. Clifford takes his man on, looking for a bit of help. Hand pass attempt out towards Zach O'Halloran. Wasn't the best of balls, but Zach O'Halloran has found a pass inside. And a run on here now for Ollie O'Donovan. O'Donovan still going. Chance to put Kilkenny CBC 5 to the good. That's what he's done. And that's an excellent score again from Ollie O'Donovan.
You see the Kilkenny boys, the minute they open up to get that confidence, and they put you to straight away, put you to the sword. Great score again, but as I said, they'll probably find it easier to play against the breeze in the second half if they get enough possession to get the ball in front of that full forward line.
Half time here in Bancha in the Masita Crow Cup quarter final between St. Flannan's College of Ennis and Kilkenny CBC, and it's Kilkenny CBC that lead by 5. Leo, your thoughts on that first half?
Just my thoughts that it's been a difficult start to the game. Both teams getting used to the conditions. Flannans, they swarmed out around the middle of the field, that middle third. As I said, they did about 8 or 9 players at one stage around between their own half back, between the 45 and their own 65, and getting onto as much breaking balls as they could. Probably should have been delivering it that little bit faster inside into their full forward line. Hence their full forward line has been starved of possession inside. And then when you see Kilkenny CBC, when you get the confidence up and when they work through the lines, when they've Lacey, Ollie O'Donovan and Zach Scanlon inside there, they're well able to pick off scores. It's going to be a very, very interesting second half, John.
Half time here in Bancha, and it's Kilkenny CBC leading St. Flannan's by 9 points to 4. We'll be back with the second half shortly. Opening score for St. Flannan's, level from Loftus. Stara Loftus wearing number 22, but Stara, that's a sensational effort from the right wing. That's an excellent score. I think it was Paddy O'Brien that got it. Is Zach Scanlon now for Kilkenny CBC with the shots. An excellent effort from Scanlon. That's a wonderful score and puts Kilkenny CBC 3 points to 1 up.
It's amazing, but certainly this guy today has been unlucky so far. He's not getting anything easy, and that one is.
Yeah, it's covered the bar. 2 from 3 from Harry. Down towards the 30-metre line. Ball breaks now, and it breaks to McNamara. McNamara taking that shot on off his left. Level game here in Bancha in the Masita Crow Cup quarter final. This ball on that far side with St. Flannan's. Good run by Rory Ralph. Gets the pass away to Owen O'Connor. Chance for St. Flannan's to go in front. It's an excellent score. That's the first. Lacey trying to make a bit of advantage here. He gets the strike away. He has the advantage. Doesn't need it as Patrick Lacey. Wonderful score from the Kilkenny CBC number 4.
So from that point of view, it might be that little bit easier in the second half.
No mistake from Patrick Lacey with that one. 2 points to the good now from Patrick Lacey. Strike is very good once more from Lacey. The accuracy is 100% there. It's another one for Lacey. Once more is Patrick Lacey. Takes off beating ball, and John Barry. Lacey heading away towards goal. Can catch it once more. Gets the strike away. He's half up. Is Lacey. That's a sound of pass inside. And a run on here now for Ollie O'Donovan. O'Donovan still going. Chance to put Kilkenny CBC 5 to the good. That's what he's done. And that's an excellent score again from Ollie O'Donovan. Back to Bancha for the second half of this Crow Cup quarter final, Masita Crow Cup quarter final between Kilkenny CBS and St. Flannan's College of Ennis. It is Kilkenny CBS leading by 9 points to 4 at half time. Leo O'Connor, the Offaly under 20 manager, joins me for the second half again. Leo, we see Kilkenny CBS, or CBC I should say, out on the field. They're fairly happy with it, where everything is going for them right now.
They are. The last 5 minutes there before half time, they were 5 points to 4 up, and you know, they came into the game and really Patrick Lacey certainly got a great score from play just before half time. He's leading the charge from that point of view for Kilkenny CBC. He is what,
6 points.
6 points got, 4 frees and 2 from play. And as I said, with Ollie O'Donovan and Zach Scanlon around the place, they're guys that, you know, you can't leave very little loose around the place, and they're picking it up and they're converting it. They'll be happy enough going in at half time having a 5 point lead. But certainly from Flannan's point of view, then you got to look at it. They were playing a short down around the middle of the field. Probably, as I said during commentary in the first half, they would have been better off to deliver the ball in and play the ball in around the edge of the big D from Flannan's point of view, and let Kilkenny CBS or Kilkenny CBC defend it. Look, it's still in the mental pot. Flannan's know they have an awful lot of work to do in the second half. It's interesting to see with their lineup where they're going at the moment. Rory Ralph has gone back, wing back. So, you know, they were playing very, very deep in the first half. It's something in the second half to take off the shackles and go at it.
Referee Eamon Stapleton has got the second half underway, and it's St. Flannan's trying to win possession here. They've done so. Their left half back, Colm Daly on the run, needs a bit of help here. He's done very, very well, Colm Daly, heading towards the 20-metre line. It's still Colm Daly going through and goal, and he's eventually flicked away from him. Good defending from Kilkenny CBC, but they've lost the ball on the ground once more. Breaks for John Barry. He can't get the ball up at the first attempt, and it's Luke McDonald that's done very well to win that. A switch of play now by Joe Dowling. It's a good delivery inside. Again, Hurling, hand comes up from Zach Scanlon there. But Darren Murray there for St. Flannan's battle now. It's Scanlon that's kicked it along towards the goal line. Scanlon taking the ball on, needs a bit of help here. Zach Scanlon goes backwards now. And it is Joe Dowling once more for Kilkenny CBD. It's Dowling with the shot on goal. That's going to go to the right hand wide. But again, positive play from Kilkenny CBC. It looks like they're not going to win a ball, Leo. Somehow they come out with it.
Yeah, but in fairness to Zach Scanlon there, you know, you see the benefits from putting up his hand. Might be the smallest man in the field today, but putting up his hand over trying to win primary possession, and laid a very good ball back out then, and unfortunately the shot off went wide.
St. Flannan's now a long distance, and that puck out from Leon Talty. Anthony Clifford on the far side for Kilkenny CBC. He's been forced out over the sideline, and there's going to be a line ball to St. Flannan's. Trailed by 5 points at the beginning of the second half. Darragh McNamara lining this one up, and he's lining it up with a bit of intent behind it as well. This would be some lift if McNamara can somehow find.
If he puts this over the bar, John, taking a line ball with his left hand, this will be some score.
Indeed it would. It's McNamara. It's not going to go over the bar. It's a dangerous one. And comes up and it's broken inside. Goal chance, flicked away. Brilliant defending back there. I think it was a diving one from Noah Gibbons that was back there for Kilkenny CBC, and it's picked up here now by centre back there, Josh Dowling. Lovely touch by Joe Dowling. Dowling strikes a goal. He struck this one beautifully into the full forward line. Lacey is there for Kilkenny CBC, but this is Cian Byrne, and Byrne has been challenged well by a couple of St. Flannan's defenders, but it's still in Cian Byrne's possession. Good take there in the end from Darren Murray, and Murray has over-carried, says referee Eamon Stapleton, and it's going to be a free in for Kilkenny CBC.
Yeah, he probably just unluckily, when he's stepping back inside to bypass the Kilkenny CBC player, over-carried the ball, and free, very, very, very scoreable free right at the start of the second half for Patrick Lacey, one you fully expecting to commit and bang straight over the bar.
It's
interesting though, just looking at the lineup, they've only two players inside, one player
Cian
inside.
Byrne and Zach Scanlon, yeah.
So they're setting themselves up for the puck out already before they go. They're willing to let it go short, I'd say, and then try and get the players back to field and swarm underneath those puck outs. Wide.
Patrick Lacey has unbelievably missed that one. And it's another score. Gone a begging there. I'll be very disappointed in that one with Lacey, but they'll have to get on with it. Let off first St. Flannans, and Talty launches that one towards the 20-metre line. The break is there for Owen O'Connor, is it? Pulled on back there, and it still now breaks to Thomas O'Connor. Doesn't get the ball up, struggling to get up, flicked away from in the end by Zach O'Halloran. It's going to be a 65 for St. Flannans. But a huge puck out Leo from Leon Talty. That just shows you, the breeze, but how dangerous that kind of ball in from a keeper
you
can
can
be.
see this. You wouldn't realise the strength of the breeze till you see that puck out landing below the 21-yard line. And these are the chances now that Flannans College have to convert the whole time at the start of the second half, get themselves back into the game, take it score by score, and see where it takes them.
So it's not going to be Harry Doherty taking this one. It's John Barry that's lining up to 65 for St. Flannans. So Doherty missed a couple in the first half, so the responsibility now falling on the number 17 who started the game for the Ennis School. He struck that one. John Barry struck it very well indeed. And that's St. Flannans on the board in the second half. It's taken 4.5 minutes, Leo, but we have the first score at half.
Absolutely, 65 from Flannans. They'll be happy enough that get the scoreboard ticking over, bring it down to a 4-point game.
And it's there trying to win it on that occasion was Colin Daly, I should say here.
Free out for it.
Zach O'Halloran with the hand pass up the field. Referee Emma Stapleton brings it back for the advantage.
Loose hand there for Noah O'Connor, just came up, as I said, when anything goes up around the shoulder or head high, it's a free ball straight away.
Lacey coming back, and we saw in the first half with the breeze, he was well capable of putting these ones between the posts into this ever freshening breeze. It's going to be tricky.
Yeah, we saw the ability in the first half, though. He's well able to strike him, and he drills him, to be quite honest. He doesn't give him that much air, so it's going to be either lobbing in around the edge of the square, or else it's going to be going over the bar or wide. From that point of view, very, very capable striker.
That's Lacey from his own 65-metre line. He has hit that superbly, as Patrick Lacey. That's a sensational score.
I'll tell you this now. Delighted I came to this one today to see that guy hurling.
It's the 7th of the afternoon for Lacey, and that one, probably the best strike of the lot, is a huge puck out. James Bergen plucks it out of the sky. Hand pass away now to Luke MacDonald. And MacDonald under pressure. Switch of play over towards Ollie O'Donovan. The hand goes up from O'Donovan. Doesn't win it the first attempt. Does it the second. Lovely run inside from Cian Byrne as well. The touch is good from Byrne. Can he find a finish to match? Cuts back inside under pressure. Cian Byrne, does he overcarry? He certainly does. Good defending on that occasion from St. Flannans.
What I said in the first half, John, see the whole point of it. Two things, right? Number one, how strong all Kilkenny teams are in the air. See James Bergen there plucking that one over the air and delivering it straight away. And when you see the ball dropping that little bit short, it's given Zach Scanlon and Cian Byrne the opportunity to come out, turn and go at the Flannans. Unfortunately, from there he overcarried.
Long one again from Talty O'Connor goes up, breaks inside to David Loftus, but again, ball on the ground is won by the Kilkenny side. Pass now across, and it's Noah Gibbons. No, it's not, in fact. Back there is Joe Dowling, and he's lost out as Dowling. Ball flicked across again. Kilkenny CBS with Paddy O'Brien and Antti Clifford working the ball out of the fence now. Hand pass inside once more now to Bergen, and that's Paddy O'Brien now on the run for Kilkenny CBS. No Flannans player getting close to him at the moment. Shot eventually comes in, but it's going to be caught on the line by Leon Talty. It was Luke MacDonald that had the shot in the end. Lovely ball out from Talty now to Harry Doherty. Struggled to get into the game as Doherty plays that one up the line, looking for the run of Isaac Hassett, but back there for Kilkenny CBS was Conor Barco. It's Joe Dowling now under pressure, but he's won a free as the Kilkenny CBS number 12, and they're managing to deal with those high balls consistently.
Yeah, but they've simplified it, John, to be quite honest. You see what Conor Barco there saw the ball was coming back over, stuck out to Hurley, just deflected back into the pathway of his own player coming out. Lacey comes back and strikes this one as well. My God, this is going to be some score. If we thought the last one was good, by God, this one goes over the bar.
Substitute on the Flannan side here. It is Isaac Hassett gone off. I think Harry Doherty is moving into midfield, but just waiting to see who's on for Hassett. Get that information to you as soon as we have it in the commentary box here, but it is going to be Patrick Lacey. Well, Leo, I thought the last one was ambitious. This one is certainly ambitious.
Yeah.
And the man on for St. Flannans is this one. Just I want to see what Stapleton's going to do. Harry Doherty was converging on the man trying to take the free. It's going to be a yellow card for maybe him and James Bergen here. Meanwhile, Ben Talty is the man on the field for St. Flannans as that substitute for Isaac Hassett wearing number 20.
Flannans are getting another sub as well, John, at the far side of the field. They're getting another sub warmed up.
Might be Patrick Finneran. That could be. No, it's not. Indeed, it's Donica Mahan from Clooney Quinn. That could be next in line to come in for St. Flannans as Patrick Lacey.
All this is eating time into Flannans. You know, just something that they got to be very, very aware. Harry Doherty's going to know into the edge of the square.
Lacey launches this one. He struck it very, very well. This one's going to drop though around the edge of the square. Batted first time by the St. Flannans defender. It was James Cullinan, and it's Cullinan in possession once more here. Needs a bit of support here. Gets that hand pass away. He's done very well to navigate that one. Pressure on now here. John Barry, but Barry has plenty of pace to take this one on. Needs a bit of help. Hand pass into the middle. Touch. Not brilliant by Cullum Daly. Does well at the second attempt. Not the greatest of deliveries. Easily picked out there by Josh Dowling. And now it's Zach O'Halloran on the move for Kilkenny CBC. Crossed now to Joe Dowling. Dowling from midfield. Looked like he was going to take the shot on. Instead delivers into the corner. It's a good ball in towards Ollie O'Donovan. O'Donovan coming back on the arc. Plays it into the middle. Great interception. Back there by Darren McNamara. And McNamara launches up towards Thomas O'Connor. Breaks it down. Does O'Connor. Helped out by David Loftus. But it's Kilkenny that should come away with it. They don't. And Thomas O'Connor has been fouled. The old familiar chap, Leo. And it's going to be a free in now for St. Flannans. And a chance for John Barry again to reduce the deficit once more.
Yeah, worked out. Bring it back down to a 5-point game again, or back down to a 4-point game. This one goes over the bar. But certainly the change of tactics by Flannans is nearly suiting Kilkenny CBC. It's just hard to believe that, you know, Kilkenny, even though they're much smaller, Kilkenny CBC boys, they're much smaller, but they're getting onto every breaking ball. They're winning the war on nutrition on the ground.
And reading the game much better at this stage as well, as John Barry strikes that one, and he struck it over the bar. Another good strike by him. Second free of the second half from John Barry, and we're going to have another substitution on this side here. It's David Loftus heading off the field. That's Donica Mahan. That's on, but another strike from John Barry again, Leo, as you said, 4-point game.
4-point game, working their way back into the game. They got to get to try and put two scores together and see where it takes them.
In the middle of the park now, it's turned over and free again for Flannans. Harry Doherty gets the strike away himself. The wind is going to take it over. Well, that's a morale boosting one as well for St. Flannans. And a much needed score from play as well, Leo.
You can see a much needed confidence boost for Harry Doherty, because he's finding himself very frustrated, trying to get into the game. Player with a lot of potential, but just has struggled to get into the game today, mainly because Kilkenny CBC are closing down the space around him.
Gone short of Kilkenny CBC with this one. Played along the ground out to that left hand side to Zach O'Halloran. O'Halloran again down the line once more. Lovely turn and touch by Joe Dowling. Has a runner with him. Does Joe. Needs a bit of help here. He's been fouled. Won a free for himself. Takes the shot on anyway, Joe Dowling, but the free will come back. A chance for Patrick Lacey to put his side 4 points in front again. Yeah.
He's like Harry Doherty in the first half now. At the moment, Patrick Lacey, he's not getting easy frees. This is a very difficult free out on the far sideline again. What, 4 or 5 metres from the sideline, striking into that breeze. Although the way he's striking them today, you fully expect him to convert this one.
So it's Lacey, who's got 7 points in this game. In this Masita Crow Cup All-Ireland Colleges quarter-final, quarter-final. We've already seen St. Kieran's College reach the last 4 for victory in Toomevara this afternoon. And the other Leinster finalists trying to join them in it as Lacey hits this one. Hits it very well indeed. No danger of that one, Leo. Missed one in front of the post. He must not have been concentrating. Everything else he slotted easily.
Yeah, I like the way he strikes them though. He drills the ball through and straight between the posts.
It's puck out there, and it's one by Kilkenny CBC once more. Delivery from Clifford. It's a beautiful ball in towards goal. Slip at the back there from Sean McNamara, and it's Cian Byrne with the striking. Cian Byrne makes it a 5-point game. Brilliant delivery. Noah Gibbons breaking the ball down. Won by Anthony Clifford. Great ball inside. It's exactly your point, Leo, of what would suit them into the breeze.
Suits him. The ball is dropping that little bit short, that diagonal ball, and it's Cian Byrne, Zach Scanlon. Here we go. Thomas O'Connor has a chance here. Great score.
Thomas O'Connor getting onto it. Not a long puck up from Talty. It's something Flannans must continue to use, Leo, because they're getting a bit of purchase out of it.
Yeah, but as I said, Kilkenny CBC have the ability to break the momentum. Flannans momentum. They got 2 scores on the board. They went up the field and got 2. So they're trying to slow the thing down now here.
Coming out with possession now was Conor Burko under pressure. Pressure is Burko, and Flannans have turned it over in the way they try and come. They have another free coming their way here. Stonike Mahan didn't strike it at all. Has the advantage of a free. Well, that may, I think it's harsh on Eamon Stapleton for criticising ball in the air. May have been dropping short and on the run for the St. Flannan's player. He's making that point to referee Eamon Stapleton. The free was already, once the ball was in the air, Leo, the ref blew the whistle. Not much he can do about that. Yeah,
he saw the ball was dropping short. He couldn't foresee what was happening inside in the full back line, full forward line. So from that Eamon's point of view,
it's John Barry. He's already scored one from a similar area a couple of minutes ago. 12 points to 8 is the score line in favour of Kilkenny CBC. That's Barry looking for
an important free to bring it back down to a one score game again, bring it back down to 3 points between the teams.
Strikes it very well, does John Barry. Is the accuracy there? It certainly is once more. That's a good strike from him. And again, Leo is taking 65 and 2 frees, and he's been very accurate, has the number 17.
Yeah.
This puck out now. Again, St. Flannans are onto it. It's John Barry that has it once more. Little flick forward. Zach O'Halloran with a very good intercept. Strong challenge by Graham Ball there. No free forthcoming for either side. It was Kilkenny CBC that were looking for it. It's over there now. On the far side, broken into the middle. Ali O'Donovan, beautiful touch from O'Donovan. Hand pass now off to Patrick Lacey. Lacey taking this one on himself instead of letting it go. It's Lacey still going here. Patrick Lacey has the pace to get away from nearly everyone. He's under pressure. It's good defending from St. Flannans. Maybe Lacey would have been better off playing that one into someone else.
Yeah, maybe would be better off taking the step in, quick puck out, going straight away. Flannans, the time it looks this. They're looking at the beginning to look at the clock.
Yeah, a little nudge there, smart one from Conor Burko, but Conor McNamara with a great challenge on him by Noah Gibbons, but McNamara sent that one to the left and wide. Leo, I felt that one up here. That was a humdinger of a challenge between Clifford and McNamara. Wow.
Absolutely, both players there going flat out for it, straight into it. Shoulder to shoulder, in fairness.
Indeed it was, but Owen O'Connor is off the St. Flannan side as well, so it's a third substitute for St. Flannans. A little collision off the ball here between Graham Ball and Ollie O'Donovan. Play will continue here. It's going to be a free into Kilkenny CBC. I was waiting to see who had done for St. Flannans there, but I think a little clash between Dara Ball and Ollie O'Donovan. Off the ball, back with play. It is a free for Kilkenny CBC and a chance once more for Patrick Lacey to put them 4 points to the good.
That ability again from Kilkenny CBC to break the momentum and just win their frees. It's just interrupting Flannans when they gather any little bit of momentum, as I said, bringing it down to a 3-point game. And now the opportunity here again to put it back out to a 4-point game.
And Patrick Finneran is on wearing number 11 at centre forward for St. Flannans. He came on for Owen O'Connor as Lacey takes this one on. And he's hit it to the right and wide. On games like that can swing, Leo. 17.5 minutes played of the second half of this Masita Croke Cup All-Hurling Colleges Senior A Hurling quarter final. It is Kilkenny CBC leading by 3 points, 12 points to 9, but St. Flannan's on the charge, hoping to get this one. And they have initially won it with Dunican Mahan. Mahan just as well to hold on to it. Patrick Finneran under pressure, needs a bit of help, gets that hand pass away himself. It's good possession from St. Flannan's. It's a long delivery in from Colm Daly, but it's over the heads of the forwards and out beyond the end line as well. Took it on to Columdale, Leo, but never had the accuracy.
They look great when they go over, but are you better off keeping the ball and playing that situation?
You've done so well to hold on to it initially.
Exactly, you know. You're shooting there from 90 yards back the field. You're nearly better off, because Flannans have really benefited from the ball dropping in around the edge of the square.
Rian Dowling with the puck out, looking towards Luke MacDonald in the middle of the park. Again, the ball goes to ground. Both sides trying to win possession of it. It is Kilkenny through Zach O'Halloran that nearly had it in their hand, but it's broken in now, and it's a run coming from Dara Murray. Murray under pressure. What a little play from Anthony Clifford. He gets the hook in, he gets the strike away too, looking for the run of Joe Dowling. Dowling, can he get to it first? He has. Kicks it ahead, Joe Dowling. The shot going to come in from the half forward. That's an excellent score from Joe Dowling. Puts Kilkenny CBC back to within a 4-point lead.
Back up to a 4-point lead, we should say. But certainly you see the benefits there of, you know, getting players underneath the ball and the runner coming through, and great, what a take by Kilkenny's number 6, Josh Dowling. Absolutely superb.
That's Luke MacDonald with the hand pass inside there. It's intercepted. Donegan Mahan flicks it back there. Chance now for Rory Ralph. Blocked. Good break. Good take from James Bergen, who's been exceptional for Kilkenny CBC throughout this contest. Bergen with the hand pass. It's a good one. Lovely touch from Paddy O'Brien. On along it comes to Patrick Lacey. You know what he's going to do. He's going to take the ball on. Good defending now from James Cullinan this occasion. Harry Doherty back there helping him out. It's Cullinan. He's going to deliver inside. Thomas O'Connor is on his own, the full forward line. O'Connor flicks it inside. Good break to Mahan. Out comes the goalkeeper, Rian Dowling. Breaks once more to Thomas O'Connor. But again, Noah Gibbons there. It's going to come away, and it's Josh Dowling. Helped out on this occasion by Conor Burko. Burko hasn't won it, and it's done to McNamara. McNamara to pass off. It's ball. Shot. Goal for Flannans. And we're back to a 1-point game. Brilliant finish from Graham Ball to work from McNamara. Low finish to the right of the keeper. Game on now, Leo.
Absolutely. It's a lot of stuff beginning to happen off the ball now with the energy that the Flannans are after getting from that goal. But certainly a great finish, superb finish, low and hard. Down in front of us is getting hot and heavy again on the sideline.
Indeed it is a great finish from Ball as this puck out from Rian Dowling gets over halfway. It's won brilliantly there by the goal scorer. Graham Ball gets the pass away. It's Ben Talty. Talty is going to hit that one. It hits it to the right and wide. The effort from Talty just missing the target. But Flannans, Leo, I said about Kilkenny CBC in the first half, when they had their dander up, Flannans certainly have it now.
Yeah, you just know that, you know, there's always a kick in Flannans when you get to this stage of competitions. Tradition plays an awful lot. Both teams out there rich in tradition, and certainly the opportunities are going to come thick and fast now. There'll be edge of the seat stuff here for the last 10 minutes. Well,
indeed, as the ball comes to ground as well. Flannans starting to win more of those 50-50 balls in the last 5 or so minutes. It's helped them get back into this game, but it's Kilkenny CBC that have won this one. It's Kilkenny now on the move. Pass comes to their captain, Zach Scanlon. Scanlon going to strike that one. Great block from Darren Murray. May break. Though to Burko over there. He swings the early widely. There's Keelan Burko. And it's going to be a free to St. Flannans.
9 minutes to go. Is it going to be a ball going to be thrown in here?
Well, there was a reaction there. Conor Burko was the man who swung the hurley first. Over the shoulder, giving away the free, but I didn't quite see it, Leo. Did anything happen off the ball? It's a yellow card for the Kilkenny CBC wing back. We're reliably informed, Leo. They call it simulation in soccer. I think we'd call it a dive in our day, but either way, it's going to be a free to St. Flannans as Kilkenny CBC make their first substitution of the game. The man coming off is Paddy O'Brien in midfield, wearing number 8. And on is wearing number 19 is Jack Roach. Jack Roach of the River Inistog Club. As this free to be taken.
Famed Hurling Club of Eddie Clare.
There we go. James Cullinan launches that one in towards the 13-metre line. Hand goes up, it's broken. Goal chance! It's just to the right and wide. It was won by Harry Doherty. Turned on a sixpence, struck it low, just inches wide of that far post again.
You know, when you have a player of that quality up there, as I said, holder of an All-Ireland minor hurling medals, 2023, you see the benefits there. You know, when the ball goes in there, he becomes active, he becomes alive, and he's trying to feed off of all those situations. Unfortunately for him there, that one swung by the left hand post.
Dowling again with the puck out, one in midfield initially by St. Flannans. Lovely pick up there and a chance for Ralph. Play this one across to Dara Ball takes the ball on, hand passes it away. It's hand passed again to Donnacha Mahon. He wasn't expecting that one from John Barry, and it's easily picked up back there by the Kilkenny CBC defender and centre back Josh Dowling. Now it's Keelan Burko on the run, has a man outside here. It's the substitute just introduced, Roach has it off his left, plays a good ball in towards Scanlon. It's Cian Byrne indeed trying to win it there, but it's Flannans who seem to be coming out with all the possessions at the moment. It's Cullinan, gets that one away to Rory Ralph. Hand pass into the middle to Patrick Finneran. Low delivery inside, wasn't brilliantly struck, but it's worked out now. It's Ben Talty, hand passes it out to Dara Ball from the middle of the park. Dara Ball to level it for St. Flannans. Ball has hit it to the right and wide. Another wide for St. Flannans. Had the ability to take the ball on. Dara Ball there took the shot on, I should say. Unlucky to miss. Just went with
Flannan's 11th wide. You know, the wides are beginning to mount up now.
It's going to be Rian Dowling with the puck out, in no hurry to do so. 24.5 minutes gone in this Masita Crow Cup quarter final. It is the slenderest of leads for Kilkenny CBC. They need a score and they need it badly, and Ollie O'Donovan is trying to provide it. O'Donovan not fouled, says referee, has overcarried, says referee Eamon Stapleton. And well, this from distance, Leo, is a chance for St. Flannans to level. It's a mile out. I think there's no other way to describe it. John Barry has struck them brilliantly. Liam Tonty might be a bit interested in this one as well. But either way, it's going to be a free for St. Flannans. And if not score, Leo, to drop it in around the edge of the square and see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be a dangerous ball now where this is one that's going to be landing. You're nearly better off now keeping this in play. And, you know, dare I say it, what Patrick Lacey was doing in the first half.
Yeah.
Just strike through it, and if it's inaccurate and it goes over the bar, if not, it's landed in around the edge of that small square. Looks like he's going to go for this one.
So it's Barry has taken over the freeze and set place balls in the second half.
Puts plenty of airtime in it.
Great ball in. It's a great effort from John Barry. We're level for a fourth time in Bancha. Leo, he stood confidently over it. What a finish, what a strike, what a score.
That's 3 frees and a 65 for him, in fairness to him. Taking every breaking ball here right down the middle of the field. Batting for possession.
And it is John Roach that has it. The sub just introduced there, Jack Roach I should say, into the middle now to Keelan Burko. Burko with the hand pass. Roach is on the flank once more. Chance for Jack Roach. He's going to take it on instead. Jack Roach needs a bit of help. He's overcarried, says referee Eamon Stapleton, and it's a chance for John Barry to put Flannans in front.
He had the chance here to strike the ball into the breeze, keep the ball. Cian Byrne was inside the 1-on-1 situation in his own. Took the responsibility going back in field and overcarried the ball. Absolute perfect opportunity here with the win for John Barry to strike it over the bar.
And we saw moments ago from further out on the other side of the field, John Barry landing his fourth score of the half. The distance shouldn't be a problem. He struck it so highly, but the strike was brilliant last time out. Can he manufacture another score for Flannans? Barry hits this one. It looks good from our angle here. It is indeed. The score is given, and John Barry has put St. Flannans in front. Their first time in front since the 19th minute when Owen O'Connor put them 4 points to 3 up, and it is a sensational score. What a finish we have in store now, Leo.
Absolutely. What, 3 minutes to go on it?
Yep. 111 to 13 points in St. Flannan's favour. Kilkenny CBC now.
Oh, well taken.
Brilliant take by Cullinan, James Cullinan at centre back. Moving forward with possession now as Cullinan gets the strike away as well. It's a good delivery inside towards Doherty and O'Connor Bergen. And O'Doherty battle, but back there is Josh Dowling. Ball breaks down from Kilkenny CBC's point of view. Harry Doherty's there trying to win it. Neither side able to win it cleanly at the moment. Whistle at the mouth of referee Eamon Stapleton, but it is Zach O'Halloran and Noah Gibbons in fact there. Gibbons, a pull, wild pull by Burko. It's another free in. It was John Barry that the man was fouled. Barry's been everywhere in the second half for St. Flannans. He's a chance to put them 2 points to the good here.
Yeah, the opportunity here, probably the easiest free he's hit in the second half today. And the opportunity here to put him 2 points up. As I said, tradition, the Flannans worked their way back into the game. You've got to admire them for that. You know, at one stage today in the second half they were 5 points down. They find themselves with 2 minutes to go, just to put them 2 points up.
So it's John Barry, whose performance from place balls and from play in the second half, general play, has been no short measure in bringing Flannans back into this. And he sent this one over the bar, as well as the number 17 on the Flannan side. Just under 2 minutes left to play. And that's 3 in a row for the Flannans, number 17. It's another substitute for Kilkenny CBS down there. Well, 12 to 13, Leo. And we've gone to the stage of, depending on what's added on, as it's Joe Dowling that's taken off the Kilkenny CBC side. But Leo, they're running out of time, Kilkenny now.
They are, but like Kilkenny will always go at it, John. They'll always find a way. They always manage somehow.
It's Adam Maher that's on wearing number 18 for Kilkenny, who have a sideline ball on that far side now.
Dangerous opportunity now. Get a ball in around the square here. The wind will hold it up if it's clipped properly.
It's Anthony Clifford on that far side for Kilkenny CBC, who need something to happen. Haven't scored since the 43rd minute.
Gone too far and wide.
Yeah, to the right and wide. Sorry, haven't scored since the 50th minute, and I haven't scored there either. Leon Talty will be in absolutely no hurry to take this puck out. Launches it, does Talty, as far as you can there. Up goes Harry Doherty, breaks the ball down. And it is John Barry that's there once more. It's taken off him. Patrick Finneran with the strike. And it's Finneran with this shot. Does it have the accuracy? It doesn't. To the right and wide. It remains a 2-point lead for St. Flannans. We played to 60 minutes, Leo. We're at the discretion now of referee Eamon Staples. Rian Dowling sends this one down towards Patrick Lacey. Up goes the two sets of players. Two groups of players, I should say. And this one is broken now. And again, it's Dara Ball. He's hooked by Anthony Clifford. Ball tries to win it back. Battle on the ground once more, and it is Flannans that are there to it first. Chance now for Darren Murray. Gets the pass away to Rory Ralph. Ralph is told to deliver it inside. That's what he does towards Doherty. Met by Noah Gibbons, but it's Doherty who's there to the ball first for Flannans. Chance for Doherty to keep going with it. Can he finish this game off for St. Flannans? Has a bit of help with him. Cross to Thomas O'Connor. Goal chance here. O'Connor buries it, and that's Flannans into the All-Ireland semi-final for sure. Brilliant work by Harry Doherty. Got the ball across. O'Connor took it, turned his man, and flashes one into the net. Goal for Flannans, game for Flannans.
Game for Flannans, game, set and match. Great composure though by Thomas O'Connor. Ball played into him. Gathered possession, stuck the ball, struck a great strike, and finished the game off.
12 to 13 points is a free here for Kilkenny CBC. They need something, Leo. I don't think there's enough time to get a couple of goals. That's what they need at the moment. They trail by 5. It's Anthony Clifford with the free. Clifford floats it in around the edge of the square. Dangerous delivery indeed. It's going to be pulled on there. Ball breaks. It's still there around the edge of the square. Kicked away over there by Sean McNamara. McNamara is out there once more. In fact, it's Colm Daly over there for St. Flannans. He's forced out over the sideline, is he? No. Play on, says referee Eamon Stapleton. Time really running out for Kilkenny CBC after that second goal for St. Flannans. The ball is cleared downfield towards Donnacha Mahan. Mahan just adds to it. On runs now Donnacha McNamara. A bit of a skirmish down where the ball was cleared from by Colm Daly. Darragh McNamara, I should say, trying to win it for Flannans, but there's a man down for St. Flannans over in that corner. I presume it's Colm Daly, is it? No, it's Darren Murray, the number 4 on the Flannans side. Maybe hit late, Leo, but what a comeback from St. Flannans this has been in the second half.
Yeah, look, in fairness to them, their use of the ball in the second half is absolutely superb. They've gone route one compared to what they were doing in the first half. They were trying to play too short out around the middle of the field. We mentioned it at half time that they should have been lobbing the ball. They have a big powerful man like Thomas O'Connor in around the edge of the square, to be quite honest, and that has reaped them major benefits in the second half. You see them, they're getting onto breaking ball, constantly getting onto breaking ball. So from that point of view, Just wondering what's happening here.
It's an indirect free.
Indirect free. There's a flare gone off down here alongside us.
You'll see that on your screen momentarily. As this one from Josh Dowling is sent in around the 20-metre line. Hands go up, the hurleys go up. It's getting hard to see now with that flare from our point of view in the commentary box. But the ball is on the ground here. It is Jack Roach though for Kilkenny CBC. It's pulled on there by the Flannans defender, and Flannans are all over this one with Ben Talty. As Talty just adding to it, and St. Flannans have possession once more here. And we're all at the discretion of referee Amos Stapleton. Hand pass out to John Barry. Barry will take his time. Chance for him to get one from play. His play surely deserved it. Doesn't hit that one. Bit off balance as he struck it, and it goes to the left and wide. And the 10 minutes to go, Leo. The score was 13 points to 9 in Kilkenny CBC's favour. 11 minutes later, it's 2-12 to 13. It's some sensational final quarter, final 10 or so by St. Flannans here. Zach O'Halloran trying to create something, has a free Leo, but the longer this goes on, and we are, 4 minutes into added time now, Kilkenny CBC surely can't come back into this.
No, it doesn't look like it at this stage. But certainly Flannans going forward and further down the line in the competition. Flannans in an All-Ireland College semi-final one that they'll be looking forward to. They felt probably that by the end of the Harty Cup that they didn't perform to their ability. And there we go, full-time whistle. Flannans in an All-Ireland College semi-final.
Yes indeed, St. Flannans have come out on top in this Masita Croke Cup Senior A Colleges Hurling quarter-final. They've beaten Kilkenny CBC on a 2-12 to 13 point score. And Leo, your final thoughts on today's game?
Like Flannan's tradition over the last, as long as the competition has been going on, to be quite honest, they're a nursery for hurling in Clare, not alone for Clare but also for Munster when they were a boarding school. You see, they kept at it. A few of the Kilkenny CBS boys, Anthony Clifford, Patrick Lacey. When he fully develops, there's going to be some hurler for Kilkenny further down the line. But certainly Flannans, they're workmanlike. They dogged it out in the second half. They went route one and they converted every opportunity that came available to them. That first chance that came down off the post, when you think back in it now, it seems like a long time ago when the opportunity for that goal early in the game for Kilkenny CBS, and when they didn't convert it, they're the things when you look back on now. You really pay the consequences for that. But overall, St. Flannans worthy winners, deservedly in an All-Ireland College semi-final, and one that I've no doubt that they'll be looking forward to. They'll be going into it as underdogs, but certainly one that they'll look forward to and feeling an opportunity to get back in and put the wrongs right of a Harty Cup final defeat.
Indeed they will. That's it from us here in Bancha, where St. Flannans had booked their spot in the Masita Croke Cup All-Ireland Colleges Hurling Senior A semi-final. They've beaten Kilkenny CBC on a 2-12 to 13 point score. And many thanks to Leo O'Connor for his expert analysis at this afternoon's game. Many thanks for tuning in. It's this one, does Harry Doherty.
Looks like got this one.
Radar on this occasion is better, and that is an opening score for St. Flannans, level from Loftus. Stara Loftus wearing number 22, but that's a sensational effort from the right wing. That's an excellent score. I think it was Paddy O'Brien that got it. Is Zach Scanlon now for Kilkenny CBC with the shots. An excellent effort from Scanlon. That's a wonderful score and puts Kilkenny CBC 3 points to 1 up.
It's amazing. But certainly this guy today has been unlucky so far. He's not getting anything easy, and that one is.
It's over the bar. 2 from 3 from Harry. Down towards the 30-metre line. Ball breaks now, and it breaks to McNamara. McNamara taking that shot on off his left. Level game here in Bancha in the Masita Croke Cup quarter final. This ball on that far side with St. Flannans. Good run by Rory Ralph. Gets the pass away to Owen O'Connor. Chance for St. Flannans to go in front. It's an excellent score. That's the first time. Lacey trying to make a bit of advantage here. He gets the strike away. He has the advantage. Doesn't need it as Patrick Lacey. Wonderful score from the Kilkenny CBC number 4.
So from that point of view, it might be that little bit easier in the second half.
No mistake from Patrick Lacey with that one. 2 points to the good now from Patrick Lacey. Strike is very good once more from Lacey. The accuracy is 100% there. It's another one for Lacey. Once more is Patrick Lacey. Takes off beating ball, and John Barry. Lacey heading away towards goal. Can catch it once more. Gets the strike away. He's half up. Is Lacey. That's a sound of pass inside. And a run on here now for Ollie O'Donovan. O'Donovan still going. Chance to put Kilkenny CBC 5 to the good. That's what he's done. And that's an excellent score. Falling. And the number 17 who started the game for the Ennis school. He struck that one. John Barry struck it very well indeed. And that's in Flannan. That's Lacey from his own 65-metre line. He has hit that superbly as Patrick Lacey. That's a sensation. The game much better at this stage as well as John Barry strikes that one. And he struck it over the bar. Another good strike by him. Second in the middle of the park now. It's turned over. Free again for Flannans. Harry Doherty gets the strike away himself. The wind is going to take it over. That's a Mr. Finalists trying to join them in it as Lacey hits this one. Hits it very well indeed. No danger of that one, Leo. Missed one in front of the post. Delivery from Clifford. It's a beautiful ball in towards goal. Slip at the back there from Sean McNamara. And it's Cian Byrne with the strike. And Cian Byrne makes it a 5-point game. Brilliant delivery.
Scanlon. Here we go. Thomas O'Connor has a chance here. Great score.
Thomas O'Connor getting onto it. That long puck up from Talty. It's something Flannans must continue.
Bringing back down to 3 points between the teams.
Strikes it very well, does John Barry. Is the accuracy there? It certainly is once more. That's a good of Joe Dowling. Dowling, can he get to it first? He has. Kicks it ahead, Joe Dowling. The shot going to come in from the half forward. That's an excellent score from Joe Dowling. Puts Kilkenny again. Noah Gibbons there. It's going to come away, and it's Josh Dowling. Helped out on this occasion by Conor Burko. Burko hasn't won it, and it's done again. McNamara. McNamara to pass off. It's ball. Shot. Goal for Flannans. And we're back to 0-1. There we go. James Cullinan launches that one in towards the 13-metre line. Hand goes up, it's broken. Goal chance! It's just to the right and wide. It was one. Set place balls in the second half.
With plenty of airtime in it.
Great ball in. It's a great effort from John Barry. We're level for a fourth time. Barry hits this one. It looks good from our angle here. It is indeed. The score is given. Second half general play has been no short measure in bringing Flannans back into this. They sent this one over the bar towards Doherty. Met by Noah Gibbons, but it's Doherty who's there to the ball first for Flannans. Chance for Doherty to keep going with it. Can he finish this game off first? And Flannans has a bit of help with him. Cross to Thomas O'Connor. Goal chance here. O'Connor buries it, and that's Flannans into the All-Ireland semi. Joined now by St Flannan's manager Brendan Bugler. Brendan, that was very, very tight. You've come out the better side after the 2 late goals.
Yeah, just about. I suppose the first half was well below our own standards and what we kind of set for ourselves. Played really, really poor. Really poor for large periods in that game, but I suppose it's a good sign of a team that you can win while not playing at your best. So in fairness to the lads, they fought tooth and nail to the very last minute, and when we got a couple of opportunities in the second half with Graham and with Thomas with the goals, they took them brilliantly. So we're just thrilled to get through to the next round. We knew Kilkenny. We knew Kilkenny. I know CBS. I keep calling them CBS still, but Kilkenny CBC. We knew they were going to be a great squad. You have to remember they have 6 guys, and they probably should have Oisin Henderson as well with the Kilkenny under-20s. While Kieran's have 5. When you put it that way, it's great. So we knew the task that was ahead of us, but we're just absolutely thrilled to be through to the next round.
You mentioned that first half performance. Got nowhere near where you would have wanted to be. What do you put that down to? There's a lot of things involved with young lads playing at this level. It's a big high pressure game, but just never seemed to settle.
Yeah, look, the last 2 games were played in our county grounds. They were played in County Clare. They were played in front of big crowds, and you're coming down to here, and it's put it this way, the atmosphere is a good bit different. But and look, it can be, that often happens as well. It can take a couple of weeks for guys to really reset and to go after this tournament again. It's a completely different competition, and there's you're on such a high after a Hardy Cup campaign that you have to come back down to try get up again. But we're treating the Crow Cup as a hugely important competition, and it is, and we'll be going all out to hopefully get to the final and maybe win it.
You are in the semi-final of a competition. When you get to that stage, you get to any stage of a knockout thing, you're there to win it, and that must be very much your attitude going into that last 4 now.
Absolutely. It's there's a huge carrot here to get for these boys to get the opportunity to play in Crow Park, and we haven't won anything this year. We've had a good year. It is a good year when you get to the Harty Cup final, considering all the quality teams you have to beat to get there. But we're 1 game away to getting to Crow Park, and for these boys to experience that, and that would be some occasion. So look, there was a strong breeze there in the first half as well. You have to remember that, and we'd said before the throw-in, if we were in a level or maybe 2 or 3 down, it wouldn't be so bad. But up until a minute before half time there was only 2 in it. Next thing they got 3 points in the space of a minute to put it out to 5, which didn't look great, but no, we responded in the second half, and lads upped their game, and John nailed every free he got there. He was just terrific when he moved over on them, and credit to him.
And from your point of view as well, finally, there's plenty more in this group of players. You'd expect them to even go on another couple of levels. They have that ability.
Yeah, well, look, we analyse these games absolutely inside out, and there's a lot of areas that we wouldn't be happy with today, and we have to get back to the drawing board now this coming week and onto the next week. I think it's 2 weeks to the semi-final, is it? So we've an awful lot of work to improve on if we're going to beat that and right.
Brilliant job. Mind yourself. See you again. Thanks, Brendan.